And we back. Oh boy. Look, this is the one I'm excited for. This is supposed to be episode one. So fins up, foes down. Let's get into this one. I want to send a shout out to all of the chat boards and the Facebook groups and the Yahoo groups that kicked me out of the groups for talking what I talk and expressing my dolphin truth and my fandom, because thanks to you, we are here, so congratulations to you, standing above ovation to you, applause to you, because you forced this to happen. You forced the Fish Out of Water show, and we happy to be here. This platform was created because I could not get my voice out on any other platform whatsoever, especially when I talk bad about yo boy, Tua nigga Manulo Piolo, Donnie Tagovailoa is his whole name. I don't know how to say that first name, but it's about 13 syllables in there. I guess that's why he wore 13 at Alabama. But the good part about it is the Fish Out of Water show is my house, and in my house, we're going to do things my way.
I built this place. Down here, I make the rules.
All right, so listen. First thing I want to do is get into this right here, man. Yeah, I told you I wasn't gonna be a statistical guy, but what I want to do is compare the statistical pros and cons of Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa and present the case that the constitution of his individual athleticism is not talented enough to put that team in a position to win a Super Bowl during his time as quarterback of the Miami Dolphins. So I guess here's the thesis. While Tua Tagovailoa is statistically efficient and plays well in a system tailored to his strengths, his limited arm talent, he has a baseline NFL arm, his injury history, his lack of mobility under pressure, and inability to elevate his team in high-stakes moments suggest that he is not athletically gifted enough to lead the Miami Dolphins to a Super Bowl. Okay, so once upon a time, I don't know, somebody in the group told me the only reason why I don't like Tua is because he got hurt. I mean, that's not the only reason why I didn't like him. There were other reasons why I didn't like him, but I started to dislike him after he got hurt, and that was not the case. I'm gonna take you on a trip through time here. I'm so glad that we live in the digital age, and I love technology because I was able to record. This is I'm gonna show you something. This is what got me kicked out of what used to be the hardcore Dolphins Miami fans group on Facebook. Yeah, I'm calling you out by name because you know why.
Teams, now it's time to start winning some games. Yep, this is a real good move. He helped DeAndre Swift, and it's going to be a good look for Saquon next year as well. It is the 2020 first round of the NFL draft. The Dolphins are on the clock. Are they taking an offensive lineman, or are they going Tua Tagovailoa or Justin Herbert? We find out next when we return on CBS Sports Radio.
Refund for details. Stay safe at
Taz.
home and save
I hear you,
lives.
Taz. I hear you.
At Sprint, our priority is keeping you safe. You shop online. Stay healthy and go to Sprint.com.
I'm at home, Mario.
Sprint One today. Samsung Galaxy I-42 Pro.
I'm in the basement.
And 2 bills requires 18-month lease, new line of service, and approved credit. If you cancel early, remaining balance due, taxes and restrictions apply. Card terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
Shit, at this point,
to make setup quick, safe, and easy.
since we're not gonna make the trade for Deshaun Watson like I wanted,
digital tools will help you manage your account online.
if you pick Tua Tagovailoa, bro,
Find great offers.
you have to pick another quarterback in the 4th round.
Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary and
So I don't want Tua. Really, I would want Isaiah Simmons. Yeah.
That's why there's radio.com rewind. Talk about convenience. You can rewind this station up to 24 hours back, no matter what you missed. It's still there. Just look at the bottom of your screen and slide up the rewind banner. Then pick the hour you want and you're instantly there. Listen to what you want when you want with radio.com rewind. Radio.com rewind.
Burrow, Young, Okuda, and Thomas, Bengals, Redskins, Lions, and Giants. And
Whatever.
now it's the big decision.
Whatever.
Are the Miami Dolphins go
Whatever.
offensive line, or which
I know
quarterback
Mr. Glass
are they
better not
going?
break in
Let
the
me
first
make this
season.
clear. If I'm the Dolphins, offense.
As soon as he go down and practice, I'm coming down there and I'm
completely. I mean,
the boy is fragile.
This is a team that right now needs everything.
You spent the first that's gonna play 5 years at the most.
He's the best quarterback. It's really that simple. Why pick up another project? You've been doing it off and on for years.
Bullshit,
Get
yeah.
the best passer in the draft. Go ahead and get to it. And I'm not, the injuries are a concern.
You better draft another quarterback. Don't give me Jalen Hurts in the third or the fourth.
Reward with Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, you think he's gonna run like that now? He coming to the NFL with a bigger, stronger, faster. And you're gonna get stronger all of a sudden.
Better than what people thought this year. And Flores did a nice job coaching. I think they have to go with Tua, and I don't even hesitate on this one, but maybe they do go with Justin Herbert. Here's the pick. Draft. The Miami Dolphins select Tua Tagovailoa. Quarterback, Alabama.
That's that bullshit. I swear to God, bro. And you ain't gonna wear 13. He ain't allowed to wear 13. If you think you're gonna wear 13, you got another thing coming, bro.
Infamous hip in recent NFL history, and coupled with multiple ankle injuries, the health concerns are legit.
Yeah. All right.
Full strength, Tua is a true dual threat.
They blew it. We got sorry Tua Tagovailoa, Mr. Glass himself.
Touchdowns and just 9 career picks.
It is
When
what
all
it
else
is, man.
fails, he can run.
Fins up, man.
After
Man, I'm glad we got evidence, bro. I'm so glad we got evidence. But listen, so just for the, because the I don't know what to call them. It used to be Tua Non, Tua Mafia, whatever the name they go by. You Tua sexuals. It's you who I'm talking to. You know who you are because you quick to throw out the stats and the numbers and how nothing's ever Tua's fault. And I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna prove it to you. So I'm gonna give you the numbers that you love to throw out at us armchair quarterbacks, us Jags, who just watch the game. We don't know anything, the numbers don't lie. So check it out. 2020, the year that we drafted them, completion percentage was 64%, 1,600 yards. And no, I'm sorry, 1,800 yards, 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions with an 87 passer rating. For a rookie season, okay. 2021, 67% completion, 2,600 yards, 16 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and a 90 passer rating. Getting a little bit better. He's better in year 2. Fair enough? Okay. Was it 2022, 64.8 completion percentage, 3,500 yards, 25 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 105 passer rating. And then this was the year that everybody thought, we arrived. We are officially here. 2023. This is Tua's ceiling. Let's go ahead and give him 70% completion on his passes. 4,600 yards, 29 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, 101 passer rating, and he was in the conversation for MVP that year. The season fell apart, injuries, yada, 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 yada. Excuse. We didn't get to the Super Bowl. We didn't win the playoff game. And Tua was the starting quarterback that year is the bottom line. So we'll get to that. I told you I'm going to piss you off, but we'll get to that later on. 2024, 72% completion, 2,800 yards, 19 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 101 passer rating. And he didn't play a lot of games that year, but, it is what it is. So those are the stats right there. I guess the best year being 2023. That's what he does well. Completion percentage, and they give you the summary of his strength. He's a quick processor, Shanahan style offense, the McDaniel system. He's accurate and short to intermediate range passes, highly efficient with his timing based throws, and he benefits from elite weapons. He's got Tyreek Hill, he's got Jalen Waddle. They create a pretty big yards after catch margin in his box score there. So and he sells when the game plan is scripted and it works, and he's got a clean pocket. Let's talk about the obvious, the lack of the deep arm strength. His air yards per attempt is 7.0. That is 19th in the NFL. Deep ball attempts, 20 plus yards. That's below average frequency and effectiveness despite elite speed being on the outside. So how does that work? The film shows underthrows the hill and waddle. They bail him out. Your Ferrari and your Lamborghini wide receivers should not have to slow down and take the car out of gear so the ball can catch up to them and they come back to it. If anything, they should be trying to catch up to it. So as a Tua fan, you would, yeah, I mean, you know, he can throw the deep ball. He struggles under pressure. The completion percentage under pressure is, 44.2. It's 28th in the NFL. Passer rating under pressure is 62.6. That is 25th in the NFL. Take Pro Football Focus for what you want, but the grade when blitzed or forced out of the pocket is subpar. Tua's efficiency collapses without a clean pocket. That reveals a lack of improvisation skills or an elite arm talent to create on broken plays. Is that not what you have to have to win in the NFL today? Is that not what you have to have to win in football today? Don't you see that at high school, college, NFL level? Don't you see the athletic quarterback that can run off script, that can do things, that can make things happen, that can create magic? What is Tua's superpower? What is don't tell me he's accurate. He gets rid of the ball so fast, but it don't matter who's blocking for him, What's his superpower? I'll wait. The man has no playoff wins. 2022, he's injured during the playoff loss to the Bills. 2023, lost in the wild card round to the Chiefs. Stats were 199 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, QBR 23.5. Yeah, freezing conditions. But the fact of the matter is, we told you that the man could not. Brian Flores told you that the man could not play in inclement elements. Lack of mobility, rushing yards, 74 rushing yards in 2023. He's a non-threat with his legs, unlike top-tier quarterbacks, Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Hurts, Burrow, guys that were picked in a position after him. You sit up there and you wonder why he catches so much hell, because you were picked number 5 overall, bro. Because you're making $250 million, dude. Because at some point you have to do the heavy lifting. So they say it's not fair. Don't compare him to Dan Marino. He's a Hall of Famer. So we don't compare him to Hall of Famers. We compare him to the keys, the guys that he plays with in his generation today. So the elites that you would compare him against would be Mahomes, Burrow, Jalen Hurts. Some people can still consider Matt Stafford elite. But if you look at their comparative framework, you got Mahomes' arm strength is elite. Does he have mobility? Yes. Does he have big game poise? He's elite with that. His pressure rating is high, and he's got 2 Super Bowl rings, 3, 2, whatever, however many, more than 2. Burrow, his arm strength is very good. His mobility is functional. And yes, Joe Burrow does get hurt. He has the injury bug, not as bad as Tua, but he has the injury bug. He's suspect to getting hurt. In the big game moments, Joe Burrow is Joe Cool. Number 2, he's Joe Cool II, bro. He's ice cold out there, man. Pressure rating lands in the top 10, and he has a Super Bowl appearance. Matt Stafford still has an elite arm in his early 30s. He still has an elite arm, man. He's got pocket mobility in the big game. He's calm. You ain't never seen Matt Stafford panic. Pressure rating is high. He's got a Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts, above average arm, elite mobility, big game poise. The man is sturdy. His pressure rating is good, and he's got a Super Bowl now. Tua, arm strength. You can't even say it's the man has He has a baseline NFL arm. It's an average arm at best. His mobility is poor. Yeah, Tua can run in a straight line, but he ain't got no swivel in his hips. And I think you know why he ain't got no swivel in his hips. Um, Big game poise. We don't know. He's inconsistent. He's been okay in some moments, and then he's shrunk in the other moments. He's never just risen above the occasion when the chips were on the table, man. You know, the best game that he had was probably against the Chargers a couple of years ago. This is back when we had Robert Hunt and Connor Williams. And the offensive line was, a little bit better than what it is now. But still, his pressure rating is low. And he's got no playoff wins. Hasn't even been available for the playoffs. How can you be considered a lead if you're not available for your team when they need you in the playoffs? Tua is not in the athletic tier of these quarterbacks. He needs a perfect structure. He needs a clean pocket. He needs elite receiver separation in order to succeed. This formula falls apart in January. It has done so 4 years in a row now. System dependency, that's not such a bad thing. Every quarterback is dependent upon their system. So I hate when critics say that, he's a system quarterback. Yeah, duh. The system is designed for him. You're supposed to fit within a system. Your athletic skill set is supposed to succeed or be able to achieve success within a framework of structure. So to call a quarterback dependent upon a system is pretty silly and indicative of people who have a low football IQ. You don't know what you're talking about when you talk about the game, when you're talking about a quarterback is dependent upon the system. Every quarterback is dependent upon the system. So Mike McDaniels created this quarterback-friendly scheme with high motion rate, yards after catch focus designs. Tyreek Hill ranked #1 in yards after catch. I mean, that is the definition. That means Tua benefits from wide receivers doing most of the work from 7-yard air passes. Dolphins' offensive output plummets against top defenses. 14 points against the Chiefs in the wild card game, 14 points against the Ravens week 17 when we needed to outscore them to I believe we were going for the #1 seed at that point. And then week 18, 6 points versus the Bills. So when you Tua sexuals come out and you say, well, Tua had a good game. It wasn't Tua's fault that we lost. The defense gave up the game. They gave up the touchdown in the fourth quarter. Tua gave them the lead at the end of the game. You sound stupid because every game is a collection of plays. There's no one game that wins the game. There's no one player that loses a game. It's all connected. It's all part of the spider web of what happens in a football game, period. Doesn't matter at what level. It's what happens in this. It's the nature of what the game is. So I don't know, man. Your quarterback goes 25 of 20. I'm sorry, 20 of 25. Let me get that right. 20 of 25. 275, 300 yards, 2 or 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And at the end of the day, all I can hear on all of the other chat boards and other places in morning radio, well, it wasn't Tua's fault that we lost. Let's talk about those 5 incompletions, right? One of them was an interception, remember? So that killed the drive, that, eliminated all of that stuff. And then the other 4 incompletions. Let me tell you what you're not seeing about those other 4 incompletions when he does that. One of those incompletions was 3rd and 6, where he threw the ball. The ball was in his hands. It was either a poor throw, the decision that he made, incomplete pass. It doesn't matter. The play was on Tua, to either keep the drive going, to generate points. You can get 3 points, you can get 7 points, or worst case scenario, chew up the clock, keep the other team's offense off of the field so the defense doesn't have to work so hard. So when it comes to the fourth quarter, they're not, sucking on eggs out there. But what happens is that that interception happens, in the first quarter. It doesn't mean anything. He threw it in the first quarter. He played better the rest of the game. Isn't that what you say? Then you forget about the 4th and 3 that we decided to go for on our own 50. Bad play call by Mike McDaniel, bad execution by Tua, but the ball is ultimately in his hands. It's a passing play because we can't pick up the first down on the ground. We know what we're doing on 3rd and short. We're throwing the ball. So it's on Tua to, in his skill set, to impose its will on the play and make a positive result. So when that ball is thrown in the dirt and the drive isn't sustained, we don't get the points. It's a turnover on downs, but that happens at around about 7 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the third quarter. We don't remember that play. We remember fourth quarter, he's driving down with about 7 minutes to go and he scores, and the defense is out on the field and they give up a score. For whatever reason, they give up a score, it happens. The defense should not have given up a score. I'll give you that. But again, you're forgetting about the incompletions that could have kept the drive going, generated points, kept the other team off of the field, retained possession for the Dolphins, and eat up clock. But you don't see those plays. You forget about those plays. And those plays have an effect on the game. But Tua played good. He threw the ball deep. You saw him throw the ball deep, and Tyreek throw on the brakes and stop to get it. But he was so accurate. Where's the win? Again, it's not one player that caused. We ain't gonna say that. It's a collection of plays that make the game wins or losses. So that's where we at with that. So what's the conclusion? Tua's a system-dependent, high-floor quarterback, lacks the improvisational skills and tools that define a Super Bowl winning quarterback in what is today's NFL. Not when Joe Montana played, not when Brady played, not that was that long ago, but you get what I'm saying. That's still the past. That's, defenses catch up to what you're doing. And defenses have, sure enough, caught up to what Tua and Mike McDaniel are doing. Have they not? 4 quarters deep and 2 deep. Those aren't new coverages in the NFL, man. Your quarterback cannot create outside of the structure when he's under pressure. He cannot win under pressure. He does not pose a rushing threat. And all of these things make it highly unlikely that he will lead the Dolphins to a Super Bowl unless everything around him is perfect. The man plays in the most wide receiver friendly, speed driven, motion heavy offense in football. And some of that's not his fault. That's Mike McDaniel, messing up the play, getting the play in late so that, Tua's immaculate skills at pre-reading the defense and getting the ability. You've killed his ability to get us out of that bad play. Now, we're forced to run that play because the coach got the play in later, which is, the man's not a head coach. So that'll be a whole other video. We'll get into that a whole other time. But yeah, man. It is the constitution of his individual athletic prowess that keeps the Dolphins from winning, that keeps us from being a contender. You know how you know your quarterback ain't shit? You don't see other skill position players flocking to Miami to come play with him. When you have that guy, when you have him, players will be like, yeah, I'll take a pay cut. I'm finna go play with Brady. I need that Super Bowl ring. Man, listen, Sean Payton got something going down there in New Orleans. I'm finna go play with Drew Brees. Listen, man, I'm on my last leg. I'm 30-something years old. I'm never gonna get a long-term. I'm not gonna get another long-term contract in this league. But I'm gonna take this pay cut and I'm gonna take this opportunity to go play with Patrick Mahomes. Man, that boy up there in Buffalo, he might be inaccurate, but listen, as long as he can move around and keep that play alive, all I got to do is put myself in his line of sight. He's gonna be able to throw me the ball. He's gonna find me deep downfield somewhere because he got the arm strength to get it to me. I'm really trying to, you know, keep wraps on it, but I don't want to lose it. But like I said, this is my how I can do what I want to do, bro. Your quarterback sucks. Tua turning the ball over is not a great quarterback, bro. That's not, bro. Listen, that dude. I mean, we just went over the numbers, man. We just went over the numbers. I gave you the examples in game, and you know that it's true. You know that it's true. You've seen that third down, 7 yards to go, 2 minutes, 30 seconds in the third quarter. We could keep these guys off the field instead of giving them another chance, and he throws the ball up there in the 15th row, or you know, the ball gets tipped, and even if the ball gets tipped, it's still the quarterback's fault, bro. It's when he chose to deliver the ball, when he chose to release it from his hand. Had he held on to it a second longer, maybe it wouldn't have been an interception. The ultimate responsibility lies on the quarterback. I don't care if the wide receiver ran the wrong route. You should have anticipated that he was going to run the wrong route. He's only been with the team for 2 weeks. This offense is like speaking Spanish. You might be able to understand a little bit of it, but can you speak it back? Like Omar Kelly says. I keep telling you, man, you two are sexuals. You don't know what you're looking at when you're watching this quarterback play. You don't. Your football IQ is little to non-existent, and I can deal with football ignorance. If you're ignorant, you just don't know, right? But it's the football stupidity that I don't like. It's when you know better, you see it, but you still say the opposite of it. Kind of like Big O, the big no-show. Y'all are the biggest Tua shields. You make all the excuses for him in the world. The bottom line is your boy ain't won nothing. He's not the quarterback to lead the Miami Dolphins to a Super Bowl. Can you win with him? Absolutely, you can win with him. He will never be the reason why you win. That man can't strap the team on his back. He's wee man. He's a little dude, bro. That's Pat White 2.0 out there. Listen, bro, I promise you. I'm almost listen. I'm gonna go get one of these bets, and they got us at what, 7 wins this year. I would say that I would bet the over on that. I'd like to think that we're gonna win more than 7 games. I would like to think that we're a 10-win team, but at some point you have to have a driving force that puts you over the top. What is your quarterback superpower? What does he do to put us over the top? What does he do to elevate the play of subpar players around him? When you're the number 5 overall pick and you're making $250 million, homeboy, you have to do the heavy lifting. You're the man. That's why you catch all of the strays and all of the direct hits. And you're going to keep catching them from me. until you are no longer the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins, or you win me a playoff game. Now, if I'm asking for too much, just tell me I'm asking for too much. No, you want a playoff win? No, I just can look good out there and occasionally throw the deep ball and when it's pretty and pristine weather and when it's September in Miami. I can make it look good for the first 4 weeks of the season. But when I got your hopes all up and I got us mathematically competing for a playoff spot, I'm gonna decide to get in the way of an interception that I threw and go head first into the linebacker that's running back the opposite way and put myself in harm's way, or I'm gonna decide to dance around in the pocket and move around like I actually don't have 2 left feet and then fool around and take a hit and then get up and claim that I got hit in the back, that I was having back spasms. Stop lying to yourself, Tua Tagovailoa. Stop lying to yourself, Tua fans. Accept the man's limitations. Are you I can't say are you man enough to do that because we got female fans as well too. We got some hardcore female fans that, man, listen, my godmother and my cousin, man, listen, if there was ever a fan Royal Rumble, I'm taking them two with me. I got a bunch of Dolphin family friends and Dolphin brothers and sisters out there. I go to war in the fan Royal Rumble out there, man. But your quarterback is average, bro. And you can win with him, but he will never be the reason why you win, man. Everything has to be perfect around him. I don't know what you want me to say, man. Who, you know, he is not the difference in wins and losses. And that's just what it is, bro. I'm gonna get a chance to check it out for myself. You know, one of these days I'll go live. I'm gonna catch myself down there in the fish tank in a couple of weeks. You know, just look forward to me showing up at training camp because I gotta lay eyes on these boys myself. I told you, the stats. The only stat that I care about is wins and losses, man. I don't want to hear no excuses about, well, this happened and that happened and da 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 da. You're the number 5 overall pick, bro. You're supposed to be the savior. When things go wrong, we're supposed to be like, hey, man, listen, long as Tua got that ball with 4 minutes to go, we straight. Do you really ever feel like that? Or are you sitting up there with the sweaty, clammy hands on pins and needles with your little nervous tick going because you don't know what's going to happen when they do it out there on the field? You can stop me when I say something wrong. So anyway, like I said, man, I just had to get that off my chest. Oh God, that felt so good. It was therapeutic. You know what I mean? Just to put that out there for the world and tell the world how I really feel about it. And
I have exorcised the demons. This house is clear.
But anyway, are you fan enough to accept Tua's limitations, man? Are you fan enough? Not man enough, not woman enough. Are you fan enough to accept that the man has limitations and that we have to operate around those limitations? You can win with Tua. You can win with him. He will never be the reason why you win. So Tua or no Tua, Tua or not Tua, this was never a question. Not for me. Click like, subscribe. Keep a lookout for me showing up at Dolphins training camp here, man. I got to go see them boys live in effect. And fins up, fold down, man.